We're good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. And there we are.
Edison. Welcome back, everybody. Chris here from Edison Now. I'm here with good old Anthony D'Amron.
How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing well.
Right.
How are you, Anthony? It's been a
good.
while since it's been on the air.
It's been a long summer.
I hope everybody is doing well, and thank you for tuning in as always.
And we're down here on National Road.
National Road VFW, yes, as you could, and please pardon the acoustics. You could hear a little bit of the HVAC going in the background, but we were here. We just wrapped up a town hall.
We did. We wrapped up town hall, and after, it's funny because after 2 full election cycles, Chris, with numerous candidates and some elected officials running on taking credit and or being heavily involved in the Suez, and some definitely were. Right. But we finally actually have, after some self-proclaimed prophets, the architect himself here of the Suez petition drive, and that is Keith Hahn, running for mayor. Keith, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Anthony, how are you? Thanks for having me today.
No problem.
And, I know you mentioned the Suez, but while I might have been the architect, there was a lot of people who pitched in. You had Junior Romero from Food and Water Watch. You had Renee Stonhagen from New Jersey Appleseed, the nonprofit legal service, who actually wrote the referendum for us, which without her services, we would have never got it done. And then you also had like Jerry Shine, who came out every day, was at signing events, was at town hall events.
Right.
And I say the town hall events, and it's kind of the same way I'm running my campaign. Today was the 5th of 12 town hall events. I think I had about 17 meet and greets so far, where we're setting up, we're walking the district, we're setting up in the driveway, we're talking to neighbors, and it's really grassroots effort, and it's been very successful.
We're gonna save the Suez talk. We're gonna do a Suez special. Sit down with Keith and on right around the anniversary of what would be the second anniversary. Yeah, it'd be the second.
It'd be the second.
Second anniversary of our successful Suez drive, petition drive. But I noticed that when you did come in here to the town hall, this was our second town hall that we did with the Suez petition drive. But you're about 7 to 10 days, more Labor Day coming up. Campaign gonna obviously go into full gear. How you feeling so far? How's things going? What are you hearing from the people out there?
The reception from the people have been very good. They're open to change. They're open to vote for the person and not the party, which I think is a great thing. Right. And they're also willing to look at my track record and my proven track record of success. So, people are engaging. They're showing up to events. I started early in June. I've been out walking every day. My opponent, not so much. I know we have a debate scheduled for September 15th that you guys will host in studio.
We do.
Yes.
He hasn't said he's participating or not participating yet. So, hopefully he shows up and he engages to some level.
Could we get an official letter out to Sam and reach out to him? I'm going to reach out to Sam myself again, but we'll see what happens. It'll be great for the public to engage, to be a part of that, to see it. And hopefully, it's both candidates show up, I guess.
Yeah,
but we'll see. We'll.
Hey, I know transparency is part of my platform. I know Sam's been talking about it since last year when he started running. So I don't know how you can have transparency if you're not willing to show up and engage publicly in conversation.
True.
I think vote by mail ballots are going to go out no later than September 18th. And I think that people really should get to hear the two of us talk and compare where we stand on the issues before they send their ballots back.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, and that's something that I would like to address our voters probably within the next week or two, because I know if you want to vote in person, there's a deadline coming up shortly where you have to let the county clerk know that you're not going to be voting by mail. Right. You're going to be voting by person, but more of that, coming up sometime soon.
Well, one of the things, real quick, I want to touch on because it's in the news. I've been hearing a lot of talk about it around town hall, everywhere else. Is Stelton School. I don't know how close they might be or how where that is, but I could say this, and I speak from this just from my own experience. When I ran for the Board of Ed, I ran on the Stelton School, but what I did was I took your plan basically from when you ran 4 years ago, and I just carried that message out. And from what I hear, I'm happy to see that there finally something might be getting done. You want to talk a little about that?
Yeah, so Stelton School, they are talking about giving it back to the Board of Ed. The Board of Ed is interested in using it to address some of the overcrowding. And I put out a very detailed 21-point plan of things that I want to do and accomplish. And fixing and reopening the Stelton School either as a rec center or as a school is a top priority. We have all these unutilized resources in town. And before we get into billion-dollar marinas down at the boat club or, carnival games and paddle boats at the Oak Tree Pond, which is a historic site, I think we have to utilize and fix all the resources we have. And Stelton School's at the top of that list.
Right. It is.
Right. No, absolutely. So what would be the process for getting that school restored back to use? Either, like you pointed out, either a school or a rec center. I'm assuming there's a multi-step process to get this done.
So my understanding is the council's to the point now where they have to decide whether it's by resolution or by ordinance, and whether the town or the Board of Ed is going to get it off the Rossi. Now, there may have to be some kind of exchange of property,
right,
which the Board of Ed says they do have up there between J.P. Stevens and John Adams. So they don't think that's a stumbling block for them.
Okay.
And because of the state aid, the extra state aid they've gotten back the last 2 years, they have money available for the renovations.
Okay.
So it's not like they're going to get that money back and go out for a bond and your taxes are going to go up.
Right.
That money's sitting there waiting to address the overcrowding.
Right.
They just need the right place to put it.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm glad you brought that up, because I think that's probably, two of the biggest points that folks were considering was, one, funding, where's the money going to come from, and two, the Rossi, what needs to be done as far as that's concerned. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, you have to offer more. If we reclaim that land, we have to offer up more in return for it. Is that how it works?
Yeah, so they have property up. They have plenty of property up there between J.P. Stevens and John Adams to exchange if need be. So that's just going to be a matter of the attorneys working it out.
Gotcha.
One last thing I want to really touch up on, because we're limited on time here. They have a party coming in. Mayor Lanke's not running again. He's two-term mayor. I've been in. Keith and I sat on the water advisory board. The mayor put us on, and before I get to your thoughts on Lanke, we would leave the meetings and there would be engagement and conversation about everything in town, and it was an interesting dynamic. Keith and Mayor Lanke would talk openly, honestly to each other about different ideas. They didn't always agree. We didn't always agree, but it was interesting to see that you guys got along, and you have differences of opinions. But he's not running again. Your thoughts on the mayor?
Look, personally, I've always liked Mayor Lanke. I consider him a friend personally. We get along. Like you said, after the water meetings, we'd engage. I enjoyed a conversation with him, his intellect on politics and policy stuff. And like you said, we didn't always agree, but I think we could disagree like gentlemen. And we did really, truly get along. I think the perfect example of that is after the Suez referendum came in, and I think the vote was 8 or 9 to 1. Mayor Lanke put both of us on the water advisory.
He was a real gentleman about it.
He was a gentleman about it, and rather than turning his back and saying, we're not going to see this through, we don't want it to succeed, I don't want to admit I was wrong.
Right.
He didn't do that. He put us on the water advisory committee. He really dug his feet in, and he's made it a success.
And more on that within a couple weeks. But and I totally agree with you. I echo the same words. Chris, you got anything last to say to Mr. Hahn?
Well, you have some more town halls coming up, correct?
Yeah. And website, where can people go?
Website, www.hahn21.com. That's HAHN21.com. I do have another 7 town halls scheduled. I don't have the dates. And I'm going to do meet and greet. So if anybody is interested in hosting a meet and greet, we have a tent. We come up, we put the tent up in the driveway. We set up a little table. We give out T-shirts. We give out literature. And neighbors just come by and, say hello, hear what we have to say. It's been a good platform so far.
Very good.
Really met a lot of residents and a lot of people coming out of their house that haven't come out before.
Right. Very nice. And Chris, we should get that Keith, the list of the town halls, get it up on the Edison website so people could take a look.
Absolutely, we could do that too.
It's important that people go listen. Holding town halls is hey, you got to hear from them. I mean, there's only one way you can really do it.
And everybody benefits from it too.
Everybody does.
Everyone
Everybody
benefits.
does.
Well,
right.
listen, we're not reinventing the wheel here.
No.
We saw the success we had with Suez, and that was town halls, that was signing events, and we were out there every night.
Right.
And that's what I'm doing now. I mean, like I said, I've been out since June, July, and August. You don't really see this level of engagement through July and August
Right.
in a local campaign. And I think that's what I really want people to know is they're so used to voting in the primary and the election's over.
Right.
There's never a
Right.
competitive election in November. And I just want people to know, despite what they're being told, despite what some people think, this is a competitive election this November.
I believe so too, and I'll get more on that personally in the coming days. But Keith, I really appreciate it, man. Great town hall here, very engaging, and we'll see you in a couple weeks, though, for the Suez thing.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, no, thanks for joining us,
guys.
Keith.
Appreciate it.
Oh, our pleasure. Our pleasure to have you on, Keith, anytime. And thanks again, everybody, for tuning in to Edison Now. We appreciate it more than we can tell you for sticking with us to all the news that's fit to print in and around the Edison area. And hope everybody is well. And as always, we'll see everybody on the flip side. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Take care, guys.
Thank you. Take care.